I'm going to be reading the Cosmetology book. I kind of fixed my hair half curls, half straight. Okay. Cosmetology is a term to encompass a broad range of specialty areas, including hairstyling, nail technology, and aesthetics. Cosmetology is defined the art of science in beautifying, improving skin, nails, hair, and the study of cosmetics application. The term comes from the Greek word cosmetikos, meaning skilled of cosmetic. Archaeological studies have revealed haircutting and hairstyles were practiced in some as early as the Ice Age. And actually, if you video camera yourself, you could probably notice something you'd want a little bit better. But I was trying to do is like half curls. So anyways, so let's see. That looks better like that. The simple but effective cosmetic implements used the dawn of history were shaped and sharpened flints, oyshells, or bones. Animal sinew or strips of hide were used to tie the hair back or an adornment. Ancient people around the world used colorings as a matter of hair, skin, and nails. They practiced tattooing. Pigments were made from berry, tree barks, minerals, insects, nuts, herbs, leaves, and other materials. Many of these colorants are still used today. Why study cosmetology history and career opportunities? Cosmetologists study and have a thorough understanding of history of cosmetology and the career opportunities available because many very old methods have evolved into techniques still used today. Studying the origin of these techniques can be useful in fully understanding how to use them today. Knowing the history of your profession can predict and understand the upcoming trends. By learning many possible career paths, you can see the wide range of opportunities open to cosmetologists. The Egyptians. The Egyptians were the first to cultivate beauty in extravagant fashions. They used cosmetics as a part of their personal beautifications, habits, religious ceremonies. And let's see. And preparation of deceased for burial. As early as 3000 BC, Egyptians used minerals, insects, and berries to create makeup for their eyes, lips, and skin. Henna was used to stain their hair and nails a rich, warm red. They were also the first civilization to infuse essential oils, leaves, and bark and blossom of plant used for perfumes and purification purposes. Queen Nefertiti, circa 14,000 BC, stained her nails by dipping her fingers in henna and wore lavish makeup designs and used custom blend essential oils as signature scents. Queen Cleopatra, circa 50 BC, took this dedication to beauty to an entirely new level by erecting a personal cosmetic factory next to the Dead Sea. Okay, ancient Egyptians are also credited with creating kohl. Makeup originally made from a mixture of ground galena and black mineral, sulfur, and animal fat to heavenly line the eyes. Alleviate eye inflammation and protect the eyes from the glare of the sun. In both ancient Egypt and Rome, military commanders stained their nails, lips, in matching colors for important battles. The Chinese. History also shown that during the Shang dynasty, circa 1600 BC, Chinese aristocrats rubbed the tinted mixture of gum, Arabic gelatin, beeswax, and egg whites into their nails to color them crimson or ebony. Throughout the Chow dynasty, circa 1000 BC, the gold and silver were royal colors. During this early period in Chinese history, nail tinting was closely tied to social status that commoners wearing a royal color faced the punishment of death. Maybe next time I do it, I should do less, like, medium way for half curls, because I like that. So, the Greeks, during the Golden Age of Greece, circa 500 BC, hairstyling became highly developed art. The ancient Greeks made lavish use of perfumes and cosmetic in their religious rites, and grooming and for medicinal purposes. The elaborate baths and developed excellent methods of dressing hair and caring for the skin and nails. Greek women applied dressing their hair and caring for skin and nails. Oh, Greek wood just flew from my finger. I guess it was from the bench. I don't know where it was from. Okay. Greek women applied preparations of white lead onto their faces, kohl around their eyes, and vermilion on their cheeks and lips. Vermilion is a brilliant red pigment made by grinding cinnabar, a mineral that is chief source of mercury, into fine powder. It is mixed with the ointment or dusted on the skin in the same way cosmetics are applied today. The Romans. Roman women lavishly used fragrances and cosmetics, and facials made of milk and bread or fine wine were popular. Other facials were made of corn and flour and milk. On a form of flour and fresh butter, a mixture of chalk and white lead was used facial cosmetics. Women used hair color to indicate their class in society. Normal women tinted their hair red, middle-class women colored their hair blonde, and poor women dyed their hair black. Okay. The Middle Ages. The Middle Ages is a period of European history between classical antiquity and Renaissance, beginning of the downfall of Rome, circa AD 476, and lasting until about 1450. Beauty culture is evidenced by tapestries, sculptures, and other artifacts from this period. All these show towering headdresses, intricate hairstyles, and the use of cosmetics on skin and hair. Women wore colored makeup on their cheeks and lip, but not on their eyes. So, and let's see here. Around AD 1000, a Persian physician and alchemist named Avicenna refined the process of steam distillation. This is ushered in the modern era of steam distilled essential oils that we still use today. During the Renaissance, shaving or tweezing the eyebrows or hairline to show a greater expanse of the forehead was thought to make appear of intelligent. I guess they didn't have any eyebrows. Okay. The Victorian age, I think I might do another hairstyle by putting my hair back with bobby pins like this. That would be a good idea. So, the Victorian age, the reign of Queen Victoria of England between 1837 and 1901 was known as the Victorian age. Fashions in the dress and personal grooming were drastically influenced by social mores, an austere and restrictive period in history. To preserve the health and beauty of the skin, women used beauty masks and packs from honey, eggs, milk, oatmeal, fruits, vegetables, and other natural ingredients. Victorian women are said to have pinched their cheeks and bitten their lips to induce natural color rather than use cosmetics or rouge or lip color. Okay. The 20th century, in the earliest 20th century, the invention of motion pictures coincided with an abrupt shift in American attitudes. As viewers saw the pictures of celebrity with flawless complexions, beautiful hairstyles, and manicured nails, standards of feminine beauty began to change. This era also signaled the spread of industrialization, which brought a new prosperity to the United States. Beauty applications began to follow the trend set by celebrities and social figures. Okay, during the Victorian period, makeup and showy clothing were discouraged except for in the theater. 1901 and 1910. 1905, Factor immigrated from Lodz, Poland to the United States. By 1908, he had Americanized his name to Max Factor. Okay, immigrated from, Lodz, Poland to the United States. By 1908, he had changed his name to Max Factor and moved to Los Angeles and began making and selling makeup. This is 1901 and 1910. But he was in 1904 and 1908. I'm reading the top part of the chapter. His makeup was popular with movie stars because it wouldn't cake or crack, even under hot light studios. On October 8, 1906, Charles Nessler invented a heavily wired machine that supplied electrical currents to metal rods with hair strands that were wrapped. The heavy units were heated during waving process. They were kept away from the scalp. They were kept away. Where am I at? From the scalp by a complex system or counterbalancing weights that were suspended overhead, chandelier mounted on strand. Two methods were used to wind hair strands above the metal units.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a workflow.
Long hair was wound from the scalp to the end in the technique called spiral wrapping. After World War I, when the women cut their hair into short bob style, the crokinole wrapping technique was introduced. In this method, shorter hair was wound from the ends toward the scalp.
Mark here just got a massage. He wanted to see if we can get a haircut real quick. Is that possible?
Absolutely.
All right, Jose, this is Mark. He comes here for services all the time.
So, after World War I, women cut their hair into short bob style. The crokinole wrapping technique was introduced. In this method, shorter hair was wound from the ends toward the scalp, and the hair was then styled into deep waves and loose ends. One of the most notable success stories of cosmetology industry is that Sarah Breedlove. She was the daughter of a former slave and was orphaned at the age of 7 when it went to work in the cotton fields of Mississippi Delta. In 1906, Sarah married her third husband, C.J. Walker, and became known as Madame C.J. Walker. Sarah suffered from a scalp condition and began to lose her hair, which caused her to experiment with store-bought products and homemade remedies. She began to sell her scalp conditioning and healing treatment called Madame Walker's Wonderful Hair Growth. She devised sophisticated sales and marketing strategies and traveled extensively to give product demonstrations. In 1910, she moved her company to Indianapolis, which she built a factory and hair salon training schools. As she developed new products, her empire grew, and she devoted much time and money to a variety of causes in Indianapolis, including National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. It's NAACP. The Young Men's Christian Association, YMCA, in 1907, she organized a convention for Madame C.J. Walker Hair Curlers of Union of America. This is one of the first national meetings for businesswomen ever held. By the time of her death, she established herself a pioneer in modern African American hair and cosmetic industry. In 1872, Marcel Gredieu, aka Francis Marcel, invented the first curling iron. Tongs heated by a gas burner. Later, around 1923, he created an electric version. Because he introduced several electric versions, the actual date of invention remains in dispute. Gredieu went on to develop permanent wave machines, barber clippers, and safety razors and other devices. In 1920, the cosmetic industry grew rapidly. In 1920, advertising expenditures in the radio alone from 39,000 in 1927 to 32 million in 1930. At first, many women magazines deemed cosmetic proper and refused to print cosmetic advertisement, but by the end of 1920s, cosmetic provided one of the largest sourcing of advertising revenue. 1930. In 1931, the preheat perm method was introduced. First hairstyle wrapping using crocodile method. Then clamps have been preheated and separate electrical units were placed over wound curls, and an alternate to machine perm was introduced in 1939. When chemists Ralph L. Evans and Everett G. McDonough pioneered a method that is used heat generated by chemical reaction, small flexible pads containing a chemical mixture were wound around hair strands, and the chemical pads were moistened with water, and the chemical heat was released in creating long-lasting curls. The first machineless permanent wave was born. Salon clients were no longer subjected to the dangers of discomfort of the Nesler machine. Okay, in 1932, nearly 4,000 years of their first recorded nail color craze, Charles Revison of Revlon fame marketed the first nail polish, as opposed to nail stain, using formulas that were borrowed from the automobile paint industry. This milestone marketed a dramatic shift in nail cosmetics as women finally had an array of nail lacquers available to them. Early screen sirens Jean Harlow and Gloria Swanson glamorized the hip of nail fashion in silent pictures and early talkies by appearing in films wearing matching nail polish on their fingers and toes. Also in 1932, Lawrence Gelb, a New York chemist, introduced the first permanent hair color, founded a company called Clairol. In 1935, Max Factor created pancake makeup to make actors' skin look natural on film. In 1938, Arnold F. Wyatt invented the cold wave that used machines or heat. The cold wave is considered to be the precursor to the modern perm. In 1941, the scientists developed another method of permanent waving. Just one moment, I left my purse inside. Okay. Okay. Here, Debbie, will you sign this other one? 'Cause I did some work. Maybe I'll take a little break in all my videos. Okay, so anyways, I like the hair with bobby pins. So, 1941, science developed another method of permanent waving that used waving lotion. Because the perm did not use heat, it was called a cold wave. Cold waves replaced virtually all predecessors and competitors, In fact, the term of cold waving and permanent waving became practically synonymous. Modern versions of cold waves, usually referred to alkaline perms, are very popular today. The term texture service is used today and referred to a variety of permanent waving and straightening services available for various types of hair. 1951 to 2000, the second half of the century saw the introduction of tube mascara, improved hair care and nail products, and boom in the death of the weekly salon appointment. In the late 1960s, Vidal Sassoon turned to the hairstyling world on its ear, and his revolution geometric cuts. The 1970s saw a new era in highlighting, and French hairdressers introduced the art of weaving used aluminum foil. In 1980, makeup went full circle, from barely to heavily made-up cat eyes, from heavy use of eyes, shadows, and blush. In the 1990s, hair color became gentler, allowing all ethnics to enjoy being blondes, brunettes, redheads. 1998, creative nail design introduced the first spa pedicure system to the professional beauty industry. So I thought maybe that I like camp. I pray, that I have words to say, to think of, to design hair, because I really like to do that. So, thinking of that word, I don't know where to play around and look at words. I guess while I'm reading for my other words. And so, did you know? Up until the 19th century, I really feel like doing a Holy Spirit hairdo today. Many barbers are performed minor surgeries and practiced dentistry. In fact, the barber pole, a symbol of the barber surgeon, has its roots in a medical procedure called bloodletting that was once thought to straighten the immune system. The pole is believed to represent the staff of the patients tightly to make the veins in the arms and stand out during the procedure. The bottom cap represents the basin used to catch the blood. The red, white, and stripes represent the bandages stopped the bleeding and were hung on, pulled dry. As the wind blew, these bandages become twisted around the pole, forming a red-white pattern. The modern barber pole and then was originally the symbol of the barber surgeon. So, it is believed to represent the bandages of white blood, red veins, and blue in bloodletting. Up until the end of the 19th century, even though in the United States both men and women wore wigs, today's wigs are making a resurgence as a fashion item, riding the popular wave of extensions. So, just a prayer that everybody feels helpful and comforted and happy of doing hair and to solve the problem. The 21st century, today's hairstylists have far gentle, no fade hair color. Estheticians can noticeably rejuvenate the skin. It's really funny. As well as kept disorders such as sunspots and mild acne at bay. The beauty industry has also entered the age of specialization. Now cosmetologists frequently specialize in each color, hair coloring, or hair coloring. Estheticians specialize in aesthetic or medical aesthetic services. And nail technicians either offer a full array of services or specialize in artificial nail enhancement, natural nail color, or even procedures. Since the late 1980s, the salon industry has evolved to include day spas, the name of the first coin, a beauty legend, Noel DiCaprio. Day spas now represent the excellent employment and opportunity for beauty practitioners. Men-only specialty spas and barber spas have also grown in popularity. These spas provide exciting new opportunities for men's hair, nails, skin care specialists. Um, let's finish this and then I'll be done. So I'm going over chapter 1 today. And I'm trying to do like 30 minutes at a time. Maybe I should do more, I don't know. Okay, once you've completed your schooling or license, you'll be amazed of how many career opportunities will open to you. The possibilities can be endless for hardworking professional cosmetologists. I thought I would read this book 30 minutes before I go home. Make sure I stay for my complete time. Possibilities can be endless for a hard-working professional cosmetologist who approaches on her career a strong sense of personal integrity. With the industry were number specialists such as the following. Hair color specialists. Once you have received the following additional training and experience of hair color, you may be responsible for training others in your salon to perform color services or work a product manufacturer, where you will be expected to train other professionals on how to perform color services according to the company's guidelines and products instructions. Texture specialist. Once you have received additional training and experienced texture service, you may be responsible for training others to perform texture service in salon or work in manufacturer, where you will be expected to train others on how to perform texture and other services to your company's guidelines and products instructions. Especially curly hair specialists focus on maintaining natural curl. Cutting specialist. This position requires a dedicated interest in learning various cutting styles and techniques. After you've perfected your own skills and developing your own method of cutting, everyone develops his or her own cutting technique. You may want to study with the reputable hair cutters to learn and adopt their systems and techniques. This training will allow you to perform top quality hair cutting in your salon, as well as coach around you and helping others with their skills. Now I have a huge timeline to do next time I'm here. So let's work on that next time so we don't mess up the page. But maybe I should look up beauty words for prayer. Maybe we can pick some out and we can call it the study. So, beauty words for prayer. Well, let's pray. We can all have a look for Egyptians. Have a tambourine day. Chinese, Greeks, Romans, Middle Ages, Renaissance, Victorian Age, 20th century, 1920s and 30s. I have that book at home, so it's called the Found Book. And 21st century. So, and we can pray to invent our own things and pray for the remembrance, justified and righteous people that we are. That's how I like love. So, everybody have a good day. And this is for my school because I really don't know computers right now. But eventually I'll catch up to myself and do this in private. But thank you. Anybody can help me remember, it will be very good. I always need to pray for memory.